here with Robin Montgomery and her beautiful Aussies, and this is Jackson and Jillian.
Yep.
Right, enjoying carrots. Now, that's something that they enjoy particularly. They really like carrots.
They do like carrots when they're working dogs, which these two are. You know, when they're herding sheep, the herders will throw a carrot to them, like when they're working, because they don't have time to stop for a full meal.
Right. Okay.
And so they think a carrot is just like the best thing in the whole world. You know.
Well, that's good. It's very healthy for them. Absolutely.
There you go, Jojo.
Now, when did you first get involved with Aussies? And you've always had Aussies. Another kind of dog, right?
All my life I've had Aussies, since I was a little girl growing up in Encino. And then, you know, I went to school, we didn't have Aussies. And then when I got married, our first dog was an Aussie. And I've had them now for 40 years.
Wow.
They're very interesting, but they're very long-lived. So I haven't had that many. So they'll live to be 17 years old.
That's excellent.
They're very interesting dogs, and their origins are bred by the Basque herders in up above Spain. And they were bred to herd the sheep from the English Shepherd and a Border Collie. And the bobtail, that's one of their hallmarks, is the bobtail. Okay. And they were brought here to the United States during the gold rush to herd sheep, because they're wonderful herding dogs. Mm-hmm. And unlike Border Collies are called specifically stare at you like that, the sheep. These don't. These are herding with their hips and their strength. They're just like moving the herd back.
Yeah.
You're going to go this way, because they're very strong. They're not as fast as a Border Collie, but they're stronger than a Border Collie. They're very smart. They're hard workers. Mm-hmm. And when they're done, this is the pose.
They rest.
I'm rested. And they're always resting with their owner.
Yeah.
They love their owners.
Mm-hmm. Now tell us, where did you get Jackson and Jillian?
I got them when Elizabeth, my last dog, passed away. That day, Aussie Rescue, I've always been in touch with, came their picture, and it said adopt us.
How wild is that? That
I was
same
like,
day.
oh my God, this is meant to be.
Yeah.
So I called, and they were dogs from Lake Havasu, and they actually came off a ranch where they were actually working Aussies. And the owner had passed away, and he had to put them up for adoption to breed specific. So they were with a foster parent in Riverside. So I called him, and he told me about them, and I got them.
And you bonded right away?
I bonded right away. They came in his house, and the first thing they did was walk around. They didn't do anything. The next day, they were busy guarding. Mm-hmm. And they've only been with me a month, and you can see they're. I
mean, it just seems like you've been together years. Yeah.
They love their owners. Mm-hmm. They're very bonded with their owners. They're very, very smart. Mm-hmm. These are very smart dogs. Jackson, carrot, yes. More, yeah. Jilly, carrot.
Speaking of smart, you were telling me the story about when you were in the office and you just pointed. She
had been here about a week, and she was looking at me through the office door, like, can I come in? And I went like this and pointed, which meant doggy door. She went, oh, got it. Boom, 1 minute she was back through I have the doggy door in the bedroom.
That's amazing, yeah.
They're very easy to train. I mean, and because they're working dogs, they don't know a lot of like sit, stay, come, but you saw this morning. Mm-hmm. I can say sit to her now and she's down. They're very good about that, about learning stuff. And they have to be kept busy. Mm-hmm. They like a job.
They want a job, yeah.
They have to have a job. So their job is to guard the premises. And they do a morning walkabout, and they do an afternoon walkabout, and they do an evening walkabout. The only problem is, when the coyotes are running, they're in back at 2 o'clock in the morning howling at the coyotes.
Oh, okay.
Saying, ooh, don't come here. And I'm like, oh no, I can't have this.
And do they bark much? Only if something's around?
Only if there's imminent
danger.
Threat,
yeah.
FedEx.
Yeah.
You know. And she's more menacing than he is. Mm-hmm.
And they're both 5 years old, and she's kind of runs the roost. She's kind of the boss.
She is the alpha dog, and she's much, as you can see, she's smaller than he is, but she's built like a barrel. She's very strong. But she is definitely in charge.
And you also said they're good with children, correct?
They're wonderful with little kids. They have this wonderful temperament where if a little kid grabs their ear or something, they move them with their head against a wall, and they lift them all over the face, and as the little kid's giggling, then they run away like hell.
But it's just like, this is to say, back off and just...
Right, and they just move the little kids so that they know they can lick them, and the little kid will start laughing, and they're going.
And you've always had rescues? There have always been rescues?
Always rescues, because if you don't, a lot of people, you know, they're now like the 13th most popular dog, you know, sort of like a thing to have an Australian Shepherd or a Portuguese water dog.
Right.
And people get them, they don't realize that they're very busy dogs.
Yeah.
Not as busy as Border Collies, but almost. and you have to have a place for them
Place
to run.
for them to run and jump, yeah.
They need a lot of exercise. You have to train them, meaning you have to teach them things to do.
Right.
And a lot of people think they're just pretty, but that's not why you get. So they end up in Aussie rescue.
Yeah. Well, they got a wonderful home, Jackson and Jillian. You lucked out with Mom here, and Robin, you got some great dogs. And thank you for adopting rescue dogs. We all need to do that.
It's
more and more.
very, very important. And breed-specific rescue
Yeah.
is the way that most dogs find a home. And it's very important, especially for dogs that are interesting and difficult or unusual.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for
Wonderful seeing
saving
you again.
some more doggies.
Thank you both.
You guys are great.